Hello everybody and welcome back to Bobcat Farms. So you join me in Saxlingham. It is still December. Well, we've got a bit of selling to do and we've got to top our factories up before we move on. So last time we got the cows all fed. Now we're just waiting for the grass to grow, but we did get it spread with some lime and we did get the fertiliser on it. So she should be prime grass next time, but I don't think we're going to be harvesting it again until March. So we're going to have to sit tight and hope the cows don't chomp through all of the food. We also bought some cows and we bought some buffaloes. So I'm hoping that virtually next month we might even have some milk ready for us. But to start this episode off, we've got some selling to do. We've got 32,000 litres of eggs and 20,000 litres of strawberry jam to get to the sell point. And then we'll be popping over to our factories and getting them all topped up. Corn, raisins, honey, sugar. We'll get everything topped up. And we might take any excess sugar over to the dessert factory to keep that running. But we're going to start off today by making a few pennies and then we'll top everything up and then we'll move on. The biggest thing what we've got to keep an eye on is this field on the right here to see if it's going to regenerate or that's it, we've had the best out of the crop. If we've had the best out of the crop, that's fine, we'll get it all ploughed up. We'll get it all done and we'll put a nice crop in there next year. As soon as March comes around, March, April, we're going to start planting again. So I need to come up with a roster. I think we're going to have to do corn this year because we didn't do it last year. We need to do some possibly sorghum, which can be used for chickens as well. Need to do some oats because we're running low on oats as well, and it would be nice to do some more soybeans, but it's not necessarily a necessity. We could get away with not doing it. Now if that's Jules finished the job, that means we're now officially up to date with our stone picking, so that's perfect. We've just got to spread that last field with lime and then we should be up to date with all the field work. Apart from a bit of power arrowing, which we're not going to be doing in the snow. But first, let's see how much money we can make. So, there we go. £200,000. Well, just over £200,000 there. So really, not too shabby for those eggs. I just wanted to get them sold in December because we all know the best time's in November and the price won't have dropped too much. And I've just seen there's still one on the trailer. Bit of jam. Get that jam off our trailer and we can actually see what each pallet is worth. So £2,765 each those jam pallets are. They're not too bad at all really. So that production is going to keep running in the background. We do need to put some more sugar over there, I would have thought, but I haven't actually checked on it in a while. So let's have a look. So cereal factory. We need to get the honey moved over. It's doing alright for raisins. Sugar's actually pretty good still in the dessert factory. What did we need for sorbet? Strawberries, water and sugar. So we could actually make... we just got to take some water there and we could actually make sorbet. Honey production needs a bit of corn to top it up, some more sugar. Glass houses are all full. Oil mill, plenty of canola oil still in there at the moment, plenty of olive oil still in there at the moment. We've got quite a few grapes now starting to pile up, so we might have to get them moved over at some point. We could put some more stones in the crusher. Sugar mill, still 242,000 litres of sugar cane, and the grape production, it's still got quite a lot of things. So we're not actually in a bad position. So we'll go over there and we'll get everything topped up, and then it will mean it'll run that little bit longer. and then we'll probably move straight on into January. I'll see you possibly in January, possibly once we're filled up. Right, so we've got everything topped up. We've got the got some wheat into the chickens because we did notice they were out last time and they were completely and utterly out of food. So I've just topped them up. I've topped all the factories up. We brought a load of sugar back and just topped the dessert area up. I'm just grabbing the fent now. I'm going to get the fent out the field, and then I'm going to set the Voltra to spread lime over this field, and then we're going to move on into January, where hopefully we have some nice fresh milk coming out of our cows, and then we can see how much food they're going to eat each month, and then that gives us a good indication of, do we need another grass field? Are we worth doing total mixed rations? What is it worth doing total mixed rations, or do we just stick and do loads of silage for them and keep them fed on silage? We're not sure yet, so we'll keep an eye on it and we'll see how it goes. We can always make that decision later on anyway, but with that, well, at least we can then start moving some of the milk into our dessert factory, and if we've got an abundance of milk, we can get a dairy and start putting some of the milk through the dairy. The buffalo milk will probably go straight through the dairy anyway, because we're going to make some mozzarella, because mozzarella is very valuable. Very slow, but it is very valuable. I'm going to put the stone picker away for now. I'm just going to leave it on the back of the fence, because, like I say, we're not sure if that sugar cane is going to regrow again, or it's had its time and it's time to re-drill it. I thought you got 3 cycles. I'm sure we've only had 2 at the moment. So it might possibly regrow yet. I don't know how long it takes. That isn't going to go all the way in the shed. But right, we're going to set him off going. And we're going to move on into January. Because I believe that we've got everything under control now. Everything's looking good. I'm hoping we've got some more oil next month. Honey, nearly got the next honey, so yeah, I think it is looking all good. So what this requires is eggs, milk, flour. So sorghum, we might even turn some of that into flour, so we might do a big load of sorghum this year so we can keep chickens fed and we can get some flour going. So as you can see, we've limed that field, limed this field, limed that one, limed that one. I haven't done these 2 I did forget, but they will need doing next time because they're pretty, as you can see the colour difference, they definitely need doing. Right, let's move on into January and see how our cows are. Right, it is now sunny January. So just move the eggs out of the trigger so we can get some more eggs. We're going to have to move the lime, so we're slowly getting a few more pallets of lime. One thing I have forgot about is we did take a loan, £20,000, so we need to repay that because I keep seeing the interest. And we've got the money, so I don't know why I've not been repaying it. So a couple of things we need to do. We need to just push them out of the way, and then we need to top the stones, top that up now. This bucket is far too big for this telehandler, as you can see. 50% full, and she's a bit lurchy. So we might need a rear weight on the old gal. And then we need to move the strawberry pallets into dessert factory because it is now out of strawberries. So I honestly thought 2 glass houses would be enough to keep the dessert factory going. It would appear that 3 would probably be better. So we'll keep an eye out. We might get another one eventually. We have got the one at the back that's doing the grapes and the olives, but to be honest, the olives is making good money on the olive oil, and the grapes is doing our raisins, so that side of things is working very, very well. But yeah, so we're going to move these 4 pallets across now. Oh, what, 8 pallets, because there's 4 outside of each glass house. That dessert factory is actually surprisingly quick running. So I was actually aiming to pick 2 up at once there, but I missed it. So we'll pick 2 up this way. And then we'll, like I say, we'll get all these across to the dessert factory, get that going again, and then we'll go over and have a look at our cows and see how the night time has treated them. So we might be able to have a quick sneak peek on the menu and see. So there is still quite a lot of food in there, so that is quite promising. No milk as of yet. Straw is full, but there is some manure. So that is promising that they haven't just swallowed straight through all that food in one night, because I think it is March before we get the next cut. So we're going to have to be on top of that. I was kind of worried that we were going to have to buy another field, and then we're going to have to do 2 fields at once. I might still buy another field to cut it so that we've got plenty of silage to keep us going, because when harvest time comes we want to be concentrating on harvesting, not worrying about cutting the grass to get more silage in. We want to be doing the silage in months that we're not so busy. Right, let's get these last 2 pallets in, and then we'll nip over to our cows and see, last 4 pallets, and then we'll see how they are doing. So it looks like they're 100% health as well, so that's good. So we're running it on silage, so I wasn't expecting to get the production too high because I know it's only 80%, but it should be pretty good. It should be fine for what we want to do. We do need to look into a bakery as well. We need to look in a bakery and a dairy. So it's going to be rather expensive for us. Rather hoping to get them 2 on as well, but never mind. We'll take 2 at a time. But yeah, so we will be looking at a dairy and a bakery. So it is going to cost us a few pennies. Now I could go and get the windmill. It's the windmill again. I know we've used it in pretty much every series, but bang for buck, it is well and truly worth it. They're so cheap and they do such a good job. They also do the oil as well, which, to be fair, we don't need. I would quite like to build a dedicated bakery, but obviously it won't be going in this bit of land because she is getting rather full. Right, that should keep our desserts going again for now. So we'll get that parked up out of the way. Now let's jump over to the Marcy Ferguson. And there's our cows. So yeah, there is no milk at current moment. Not a problem. The meadow's obviously not growing because wrong time of year. But they've got plenty of bales in here, so the bedding's gonna be absolutely fine for them. That should keep bedding them down for us. And they've got 126,000 litres of food still. So as you can see, they're all happy. Now I will be painting the back behind here at some stage and getting it all looking rather nice, because at the moment it's looking a bit wasteful. And there's our first bit of manure, 18,000 litres. So we're going to need a spreader at some point as well. And we've got slurry, but it's not telling us how much slurry. So we'll also need some form of tanker to take that and some form of tanker to take the milk. But we're not too worried about that at the moment. As, like I say, we're a couple of months off getting too much. Because I would like to just use it to spread the grass fields, if I'm honest. Right, let's see if there's anything else we need to do in January. I'm not 100% sure there is, which it might be a quick fly through January. So cereal. We need honey. We're running out of honey again. The honey production is quite slow, so it's a bit painful. Plenty of that, plenty of grapes. So yeah. Now I'm thinking, do we just upgrade the honey production? £19,000, because we do need it to run a lot faster than what it is doing. So that should mean we can get a bit more corn in there, a bit more sugar in there, and we can fill it with even more water. But hopefully that'll now run just a little bit faster for us, so we can start making the right amount of honey. Right, I'm going to have to take the Unimog over there because I need to do a bit of carting. This reckons it's finished its job, but it clearly hasn't. We might actually take the Voltra because we've got a pass now to go that way, so we could just drop the third tank off and we can do the bits required. Yeah, we'll take the Voltra over there and we'll do a bit of tipping with the Voltra. And then, yeah, probably move on till February. Right, you join us in March. We moved on because there wasn't much to do in February. The cows still haven't produced any milk yet, so you're going to have to keep an eye on that. They're chomping through the food, making manure, but need to keep an eye. I'm sure we bought milking cows. In fact, we should be able to go check this. Unless there's something you have to do special with this enclosure that I haven't done. Not sure. But let's have a look. What have we got inside? I'm sure we got milking cows. So yeah, they are milking cows. But I don't know what age they should be milking. And the water buffaloes, I'm sure they should be producing milk by now. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. And then if this enclosure is not going to work, we will have to get a different one, because I honestly thought we would be having milk by now, but I might be wrong. So I will have a look at that and check into that and see when they should be producing milk, and then we can work it from there. I think the sugarcane still hasn't started yet, but we're not to worry. Keep it one more month and then we'll try it. So this month we can put in, we can put oats in this month. Can't do sorghum yet, but we can put the oats in. So we're going to go drill the oats, get them ahead of schedule. We've got plenty of selling to do as well, because yeah, plenty of bits to get sold now. We've been getting a stockpile. We're going to jump into the fence. I'm going to chuck on, drop that off because we don't need the stone picker. And we're going to go put oats in a field, but which one? So we've got field 8, 9, 17, 10 that are all empty at the moment. So I might do field 8 as oats because we don't need as many oats as we do corn. We'll do field 17 as corn, I think. Which, can we put corn in today? No, corn's next month. So next month will be quite a busy planting day for us. But for this month, we'll just get the oats in, get them going. And then they hopefully spread the harvest out a bit. We've got solid fertiliser in there, good. We've got wheat. So yeah, let's head to field 8, which is only just up here. And we'll get this drilled with oats. And we're out of chicken food now, so we are desperate for more chicken food. So might have to do one of the bigger fields as wheat or something. I'm sure I think we've burnt through it all. Let's just double check I ain't got any in a different silo. So we've got 59,000 litres of canola, 114 of corn, 80,000 litres of soybeans, quite a lot of sugarcane. So no, yeah, we are officially out of food. But not the end of the world. We can always wrong crop type, that's why. Yeah, we can always buy some in, but I was rather open to get through a year without doing it. So it does prove how much wheat we're going to need to keep those chickens fed. So I might have to do one of the big fields in oats, or we do 2 big fields in sorghum, and then we could use the sorghum, to be honest. So it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, for now, let's get cracked on, and let's get these oats drilled into the ground. And then that is one job less we'll have to do next month. I say I will check on the cows and I will see what time they should be producing milk. Now, if the enclosure's at fault, we will have to just pull what food we've put in there out, get the straw back out, and I'll sort it out. We'll make it work if it is the enclosure that's causing us grief. But I'll have a quick look into that and we'll get these oats drilled. So I did Google it, and I think there was a problem with the enclosure. So we've changed the enclosure, and we now have this one. It can only hold 60 cows, so we've we've lost 30 cows, which is a bit annoying. It's cost us a bit of money to do as well, and I've had to buy a straw blower for this shed, so that's cost me even more money. But I'm hopefully with this one, we should be able to get some milk on the way. Now, I could have put the large pen in and nearly thought about it, but we wouldn't have had enough money to do that, so we've stuck with this one, and we can always buy another one if it turns out really well. So now I'm just on the way to go get the straw blower in the Massey Ferguson, and then we'll bring that back over here, and hopefully we can get the cows bedded up, and hopefully we'll get it sorted. We've got a worker drilling the oats at the moment. He's just doing that for me while I'm busy down here messing around with this. I did make the fence a little bit bigger than the normal enclosure, but it didn't really add any cows. I don't think I made it big enough. I should have probably set it a bit further out, and I could have made it wider, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, we can always add another enclosure if need be. So we've added the food in, and we've just need to get the straw in, basically. We'll get them bedded up, and we'll see how it goes. So the worker's in there. He's just finishing that off for me. I did the headlands, so he hasn't got too much of a job, and we'll see how he gets on in a minute. And if we get this done, we'll pop over and take over again. Well, here it is, our new straw blower. So this will be kept down there on the Massey, and yeah, hopefully this works. Our bales are not quite the usual size, so it can be a little bit... They should fit, but we'll go double check. There's not many straw blowers. There's this one that takes 2 bales and one that goes on the telehandler, which I think only does round bales. So yeah, the options are a bit slim picking. So we'll give it a go. I'll head back up here and we'll give it a go. So we're not a million miles away. I say this yard here on the left is one I wouldn't mind buying as an intermediate yard. Got a silo there, and we could store a few of our machinery up here, especially if we're using something to share between the cows and the arable. We could leave it there. Be a nice place to put the combine central of all our fields. So field 18 is another one what we wouldn't mind having in the future. We might be able to afford it after we sell some bits. I probably will sell a load of what have we got? Jam. We've got jam to sell and eggs to sell. Quite a lot of cereal to sell. So we might have a bit of a selling session after we've done this, and it should give us a fair bit of money. So we might even, if this one starts building milk, we might even have enough to buy another grass field and put another enclosure, and then just have this one solely for cows and have one for water buffalo. Because at the moment I've got 30 cows, 30 water buffalo, just to keep it so I can have both, like, because I quite like the idea of having some water buffalo, but at the same time I know I need some normal cows for the milk. So I did try to just chuck the bale over. Some of these enclosures you can just chuck said bale into the area and cut it open and do it that way, but I think this one's going to be, yeah, we should be able to do it like this. So we'll get that blowing and we'll blow some straw in there. So it's pretty cool. Do like the animation of this. So they're going to take a lot of straw. They didn't take a lot of food, surprisingly. I think this enclosure, what did it hold? 33,000 litres? Not a great deal of food, really. But yeah, I did Google it, and it seems to be that there's a problem with that enclosure. It doesn't accept milk, so we'll have to see if this one does or not. Hopefully it does, because otherwise it's going to be fairly annoying. End up like Calmston, where we couldn't get the goats to produce milk, and then they just become an expensive paperweight. Right, got both of them bales in there, and then we can blow some more straw in there. So there wasn't much in that first bale. It was only 1,000 litres, so hopefully these two will top it up. We've got more at the yard, so we can always go pick some more up if needed. And there we are. I don't think that'll be quite full. So no, we've only got 10,000 litres in there. these bales should be bigger, so I'm wondering if the old enclosures took a load off. So we'll bring some more over. It would appear that we're going to have to build another manure pit, which is even more cost. But let's get it done because we want the manure because we want it for fertilizer. So we'll just put the cheap. That's the one, manure heap. I think it's going to have to go a bit closer. So it'd be nice if we could get it here. I don't particularly want to put it. Yeah, it's a bit weird because you don't want it too close because you don't want to bash into it all the time with all your machinery and stuff. But like you say, you would think that would work that far away, but it's not having it. Right, so it says areas restricted. Oh, that's because I think it's the edge of the map. So it's not letting us put it there. Can we get it? Annoyingly, it'll only let me put it at an angle as well. Let's put it there. I know it's not the best place in the world, but we can still get in and out of that shed quite nicely. And then obviously we'll have to sort all this ground deformation out and get this all sorted. But let's see if that's now, yeah, it's accepted that. So it's got to be that close. Once we've emptied the other one, we'll probably get it solved anyway. But there's 60-odd thousand litres in there, so we don't want to be wasting that. Ah, yeah, there's plenty of room. We might even be able to build a shed on the end of there or in that back corner to store some of this machinery. So we do need some more straw. I might just quickly run this Massey over there. Go pick 2 bales up, chuck them in the back of this, bring them back. That should be enough to fill that shed, especially if they're full bales because they're 13,000 litres. And then we can keep some in there. And then we'll get cracked on with probably selling some more stuff, making some money back. And then we might buy this field next door, field 24, and turn that into a grass field as well. So we've got plenty of food coming in for our cows. I want to say I would like to buy another enclosure because I was hoping to get around 100 cows, but it was like over £500,000 for the next one up, which is crazy. Right, let's go pick some more bales up. Right, so our first load is strawberry jam, and then we'll go get the cereal. So let's see what strawberry jam was. There's 42,000 litres on there, 43,000 litres, so that tops us up another 100 and about 30,000, so really not too bad. So let's go get the cereal. So I think we've got a bit of a stockpile now. Can't remember when olive oil's at its best as well. It must be coming around very soon. Have a look. Olive oil. Ah, it's June. So when we're selling the soybeans and I think it's just soybeans we've got to sell in June. So we'll just remember to table that olive oil up. So I'm not going to sell too much of the olive oil up until that point. The canola oil is obviously still making in the background as well, and we do just need to keep an eye on how it is because we've got plenty in storage we can chuck through the mill. So yeah, it's still got loads in there at the moment. I think everything else is on target. We don't need too much else moving around. Cereal, it's honey again, which is like just that honey in the cereal plant, we can't make enough to keep it going. We might have to buy another upgrade to the cereal plant again. I don't know how the chickens are laying more eggs because they're out of food. We do need to buy some today and fill them up. I think the work has finished with the oats drilling as well now, so we've got that filled. And then we'll, once we've done this, we'll move on to April. We'll see if our cow upgrade has worked. Hopefully it has, otherwise that's going to be a bust. I don't particularly want cows there just to make manure and slurry, so I'm hoping we get some milk out of them. I definitely know that enclosure works, and it's a base game one, so we'll see. Hopefully it does produce some milk next time. And then April, we should be able to see if that field there is actually going to do anything, or we've got to replant. We've also got, we can move a lot more of the sugar cane now into the sugar mill, because I see it's only got 190,000 litres in it. So we can get that all popped off as well. So plenty of bits of running around to do. I'm hoping there's some honey down here when I get down here, so we can get it moved across. There is indeed. So we can get the cereal factory going again. I might even splash for another upgrade on that, because it is really, really slow. So it'd be £21,000, and I think that's well worth doing. So it will take now 12,000 litres of sugar. So we will quickly run over, top that up now. Well, we have got 2 cartons of honey, so hopefully if we can get it 3 a day, I think that'll be enough to run that cereal factory around the clock. But yeah, that honey production's a bit slow. Bees aren't much quicker either. Could always put another beehive in down at the other yard and really try and get them, you know, to produce a bit more honey for us. Plenty of sugar, say I think it's only got 191,000 litres, so there's no drastic rush. But we will get that topped up very shortly. So that trailer's just self-tipping corn in there constantly as well, so it's keeping it well stocked. And we've got plenty of sugar to keep in there. So I've loaded up, as you can see, all the cereal, so we'll go get that sold. I think we'll leave the oil for now, because we're coming on to the best time for the olive oil, so it'd be nice to sell it while it's going to make us quite a few pennies. And then we need to look into a bakery very soon. But yeah, first we need to plant sorghum. We'll do 2 big fields of sorghum. If that field down the side here is not working, we'll put a field sorghum in there, and we'll put 1 sorghum in one of the bigger fields, and then we'll also do corn. And I don't know what to do with the last field. I don't know if to do 3 fields sorghum. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out next month. But there we go. That's full of sugar. So I think that's everything on top of on the factories, as you can see. So they're the olive oil ones. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest are canola oil. So we will just pull them to the side so it can spawn some more. Olive oil production is fairly slow. That's why I'm not rushing to bring a load more down here, because there's just no need. But we have got 13,000 litres of cereal on now, so we'll head back up to the sell point, see what that will make us. So I'll see you over there. Right, let's find out what 13,000 litres of cereal makes us. That's not too bad at all. So that's £250,000. The cereal production, when it's going, it is an absolute beaut. So that takes us up to £691,000. And of course, we've still got the eggs to sell, but we'll leave them for now. We'll get a full trailer load. I think we'll head back to the yard now. We'll grab the fence, take it back to the yard. And then if that's everything in March, we'll move on to April. And that's when business can happen. And we can also see if the cows are going to start producing some milk for us. So let me get back to the yard. I'll move the fence to the yard and then we'll move on. Right, so it is now April. We haven't got any milk yet. So we will have to keep an eye on that. I don't know if the cows are going to work. I don't know why they wouldn't work, but we'll have to keep an eye on them. I'd expecting some milk, so we'll keep it in there for a couple of months. They've chowed down quite a lot of food, so I'm hoping that they soon start to work. Now we are going to go start with sorghum. We're going to plant 2 fields of sorghum. So field 8 is done now. So we've got field 9 here, and we've got field 10, and then we've got the 2. I think the one big one. I can't remember. Is it 17? So what I'm just driving up here for is I'm just seeing if the sugar cane has started to come, and it looks like it is regrowing. So we should get another crop of sugar cane off there. So we do need to spray that with nitrogen and herbicide to make it perfect. So we'll bring him over there in a minute. We're going to go start in field 10. I'm going to do field 10 of sorghum. So we're going to do field 10 of sorghum. Might do field 9 of sorghum. We've got wheat field there. And then we can do field 17 as corn. And then that should give us chicken food, flour, and all of that jazz. It'll be a shame if the milk doesn't work and we have to buy it in opposed to making our own. It'd be really nice to make our own milk. But I will have a look into if there's any problems with this map and cows and see if there is any fixes. But for now, let's get on and let's drill this sorghum. Before I forget, let's take this over to that field with the sugar cane. Let's get it fertilised first, and then we can put the herbicide in, and we'll get him to spray it off with herbicide straight after. And then we'll need the fertiliser in all of the fields we do, because our planter hasn't got solid fertiliser or liquid fertiliser built in. We can spray it with this, which ain't the end of the world. It don't take many minutes to spray with this beast of a sprayer. So we'll get him dropped off in the sugarcane field, and then we'll get cracked on with our sorghum. So that's the first field of sorghum all sorted and planted. So we've got another one here to do, and corn next door, and a bit of rolling to do. But I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. We've done quite a lot. I know we've messed around with the cows, and I'm hoping that enclosure works. I have seen that it does say 18 months, so milk. So we're going to just leave them. Hopefully they don't chew through too much food in the meantime, but we'll soon see. And if we don't get any food off that time, we'll call it down to a bad loss. And we'll put something else in there. But for now, we'll leave them here, and hopefully they'll produce milk eventually. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, please leave it below. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get a notification of our next video. I'll see you there, guys.